a wall.
We're going to run some clock, or maybe some.
This team is destined. Yo, they killed them. They killed them. They ran all over them. Saquon Barkley, 150 rushing yards. Tag Bigsby, 104 rushing yards. Jalen Hurts, 4 passing touchdowns. I mean, they killed it. I don't know how this Eagles team lost to the Giants 2 weeks ago. I have no idea how they lost to these guys. Defense, I mean, they put so much pressure on Dart. He was getting rocked. I mean, look, this was by far the most complete win of the season. Jalen Hurts continues his great passing from last week in Minnesota. Another great game from him. The run game, and we've talked about it for a long time. If this Eagles team wants to go and win another Super Bowl, this run attack has to be 5,000 times better. And we saw it on full display today, folks. This run game just went off. And I know the Giants are ranked one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. Like, I understand that. But I think this was a huge step in the right direction for this team. And I get it. You know, we won't know if this is really how the run game is going to be until we play, you know, the Packers or, you know, somebody else. But, you know, finally we see a game where this rushing attack looks great. And I think you could put a lot of that, a lot of the reasoning of why the Russian attack was so good on the fact that we were actually snapping from under center instead of consistently being in shotgun and, you know, doing that whole thing with Jalen and shotgun. And, you know, it's the usual predictable offense. We actually under center, confusing the defense. It's just all around. I thought they looked great, man. I really did. And again, and we're going to get into this, you know, throughout the show, but we finally saw what this offense can look like and what this offense does look like when we're not trying to spoon feed A.J. Brown the football because he's a crybaby, right? Like this offense, when A.J. Brown was not in the game at all. So this offense without him was firing on all cylinders. And honestly, man, I mean, we were trying to spoon feed the ball to AJ because if he didn't get his yardage he wanted, didn't get the touchdowns he wanted. He was firing up Twitter. He was going to Instagram, and he was going off and flipping a lid and just tweeting stupid stuff. And finally, for the first time, we had a game where we didn't have to worry about throwing the ball to A.J. Brown 10 times a game and get him 100-plus yards. We didn't have to worry about that. We didn't have to get away from our run attack because we had to throw the ball to A.J. Brown. Like that is, and we're going to get into that on a deeper level later into the show. But I mean, let's just think about that, man. Let's look at how good this offense finally looked without A.J. Brown in the lineup, without A.J. Brown out there. And I'm not saying, oh, let's trade A.J., and I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I think Devontae Smith can be your lead dog. And Jahan Dotson, Mawson, guys. I mean, come on, man. Like, for the first time all year, I watched the Eagles game that was fun. Like, this Eagles game was fun to watch. It was entertaining. It was interesting. First half was boring. But, I mean, they turned on the Jets there in the second half. And I know I've been talking about, and I'm not talking about the Sixers, but the Sixers have been entertaining and fun and the whole nine. And this Eagles team has just been dry. I mean, they've been dry the past couple weeks, and that's that. You know, they've been dry.
Oh.
But, I'll tell you this, though. This was a game where it was complete. It was a complete team win, fun, entertaining, and just an all-around great win, man. And this is a 1-2 straight, and now you're heading into the bye week. I think you're in a great spot. But I look at this and I say, well, I think we can win without AJ. I think Devontae Smith can be your one. Jahan Dotson. I mean, I keep looking back to that Morse play. Then if you get this run attack going, Saquon's going to do his thing. Now you got Bigsby doing his thing too. Shipley. I think this is an all-around just luxurious win where we saw this team fire on all cylinders. 215-839-8246. That is the number to get in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this football game, of course. But let's start the show with my buddy Alex up in Nebraska. What's going on, Alex? Alex, you're on the line, man.
Yo, bro, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, Alex?
Nothing much. The team's buzzing. Completely different team we saw, the past few weeks, especially 2 weeks ago when we played Giants. Or what was it, 3 weeks ago? Different team when we played Denver. Different team. Even the wins, like that was a different team than the Kansas City win. They just look better. Offense is much more fluent. Especially the offensive line, they looked great. Although the Giants' defense, quite really isn't that good. Yeah. But the team's buzzing, team's looking good. It's huge winning that game. Not even winning that game, dominating that game going into the bye week, and then the real gauntlet starts.
No, I agree with you, man. I mean, I look at last week, and and I've been saying it. Like, we almost lost to Carson Wentz. We almost lost to a not so good Vikings team with a backup Carson who played awful. Right, you only won by what, 6 points in that game, right? Like, and it didn't, like, the pass game looked great, still no run game, whatever. But I look at this game and I say, well, and I know the Giants aren't good. I know the Giants don't have a good defense, but the fact that you were able to kick it into high gear, you got blew out by this team earlier in the season, a couple weeks ago, and you came in, you were able to run the football great. You were able to pass the football great. And like I said, if the Eagles truly want to win a championship, they want to go back to back, they have to be able to run the football. And what I saw today was, if Saquon's not going to have his night, and I'm not saying, he had a great game today, but let's just say he doesn't have a great night. I think Bigsby's going to pick up the slack. Shipley's, we've seen Shipley show flashes of being really good. But if you're able to get this run game going consistently, I think you're in a really, really, really good spot, man.
Yeah, but even after watching today's game, I'm still not fully convinced who's calling the offense. They say it's Kevin Patullo. It did not look like a Kevin Patullo offense yesterday. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's calling the plays, right? Today's offense, I thought in all totality, right? And from passing to just like the scheme to the run attack, like this is not the same offense that we've seen the past couple weeks. We've seen flashes of this, but I mean, the fact that they were able to get it all together, put it all together for a complete game. So what I saw today was not what I've seen the past couple weeks. I mean, finally, we've been talking about that Jalen has to get under center. Jalen in this offense has to confuse the defense, and they did that today. I mean, when you're under center, you can go anywhere. You can play action, run the football. You can do whatever, right? And when you can do that, of course, you're going to confuse defense, especially with how good Jalen's been throwing the football. And then when Saquon Barkley gets going, and that's what's going to happen, man. So I don't know who's calling the plays, but whoever was calling the plays today, A+ job.
Oh, yeah. I have one other thing I want to say. We don't really quite know, at least what I feel. We don't know who the team is. They just beat the 2-5 or 2-6 now Giants, dominated them. But we'll see after the bye week how they come out versus Green Bay, versus Detroit, versus Buffalo, versus Washington, versus all these good teams we have to play. Even the Bears. I mean, the Bears aren't a bad team. Like they're obviously not at our level, but they're not bad.
No.
So we'll see who this team really is after the bye.
I appreciate the phone call, Alex. I mean, Chicago's good. I mean, Chicago's definitely good. I think Chicago kind of gets held back by Caleb Williams, if that makes sense. I don't think Caleb Williams is that great. But yeah, I look at this game and I was texting with my friends, around the end of the third quarter, and the Eagles starting to put up some points. And I was like, is this a statement win? Right? Like, is this Eagles win a statement win, because all year we were looking for this Eagles team to put up points, run the football well, pass the football well. And I kind of got hated on for saying this was a statement win because it's versus a bad Giants team. But I mean, this could very well be a statement win. This was the one time all year where the offense was humming on all cylinders, passing the football. Devontae got the ball. Jahan Dotson got the ball. Darius Cooper got some looks. Goddard got the football. Run game, Bigsby, Shipley, Barkley, Jalen running with his feet. Right? So, I mean, this was the first time all year where it was a complete win. Offense was humming on all cylinders. So that's a statement win in my eyes. I don't care who it's versus. I don't care if that it's versus the Giants. To me, that's a statement win. You're able to put all these good things together for a win. It's a statement win. But I do understand both sides. You know, you beat up on a bad Giants team when Scottaboo gets taken out of the game. I mean, they're extra bad. So that's an argument for another day. But in my eyes, I think this was a massive win. You got blew out by this team 2 weeks ago on Thursday night, and you came out today, and the way you beat Minnesota wasn't the prettiest. It wasn't the best. Jalen played great, but by all means not the best in totality. And there was still a lot of question marks. And I'm not saying after this game there is no question marks for this football team, but yeah, I just I think you have to look at this team differently now. I really do. I think you got to look at this team and totally differently, and because they're good and they played great today, and if you can continue to get this run game going, continue to run the football from all angles of the field, and that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. So here's the official stat line for the run game. So Saquon Barkley goes 14 carries, 150 rushing yards. Tank Bigsby goes 9 carries, 104 rushing yards. So I look at this and I say, well, if you can continue this throughout the entire season, you can build on this throughout the entire season. I think you're in a great spot, man. I think this Eagles team is truly in a good spot right now. And I said this a couple weeks ago. You know, I said this truthfully a couple weeks ago that the Eagles bye week coming in, where the Eagles bye week is at a very good spot for this team. I do. Last year when the Eagles were 2-2 and they had the week 5 bye week, that was in a great spot. And I think this year's bye week's in a great spot. Give these guys some time to regroup, recalibrate. You just won 2 straight heading into the bye, and you got to use this bye wisely. You really, really, really got to use this bye wisely. Let's go to the set call. Let's go to my buddy Vince in South Jersey. What's going on, Vince?
It's going great. How are you, Broad?
I'm great, man. I'm fired up after this win.
Oh, yeah, me too. And, I know we talked a lot about how the run game got going today, but I just want to give a shout out to the return game. I thought Will Shipley did amazing, and we were put in a lot of great situations where the offense could be effective and efficient, and just going from pretty much midfield to the end zone. I mean, it was easy for the offense, and it really started from the return game, which hasn't been good all year.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I thought in all facets of this game they looked good. Run, pass, defensively. And with the return game, I mean, we saw with Bigsby in the past couple weeks. I mean, he's dropping and fumbling returns, and it just looks pitiful. But they cleaned it up, man. And like I said before you called in, I said that this Eagles team and this bye week is coming in at a great spot. I truly believe that. I think it's at a perfect spot for this Eagles team. I just think they need a break. I mean, you're heading in, winning 2 straight. Get your O-line healthier, get some guys back, get AJ back, and if you don't trade AJ, get AJ healthy and back. And I think you're in a great spot. Like, I think today they figured out how to run the football. And if you're able to figure out how to run the football with this team, they're going places.
No, I agree. I think, you have to give a lot of credit to Nick and Kevin Patullo because they found the roles for a lot of these guys. You look at Tank Bigsby, he was dropping the balls at kickoff. Now, we take out A.J. Dillon and put him, on the bench, and we put in Tank Bigsby at backup running back. He had 100 yards today.
104.
We put Shipley at returner. He's great. They just find roles for these guys in the offense, and it's been happening the last 2 weeks, and I thought it has been great. I thought, between the last 2 weeks, the execution on offense has been great. I thought Jalen has looked sharp. I like getting Dallas Goedert out in space. And, honestly, you have to give a lot of credit to Brett Toth and the offensive line. I thought they played fantastic. I thought Mailata played great.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give credit to the interior offensive line. They've been banged up, and they did a really good job today from all aspects, from the first quarter, from the first play to the fourth quarter. So
they
did
did
a lot of credit.
And that's why I continue to say that this was a complete team win. I mean, the offensive line, and they've been pitiful all year. They've been bad, and I know they've been banged up and whatever the case is. But, I mean, for Toth to go in there and do his thing, I mean, they look good. Mailata, for the first time all year, actually looked good. And we knew the Giants were going to try and blitz the hell out of Jalen anyway, and I thought they did a good job handling that. So, I mean, again, like I say, it's a complete team win because I thought the defensive line, the offensive line, the run game, the pass game, I just thought in all aspects of the game, they did well. And on your point also about how Nick and Kevin Patullo are finding roles for certain guys, we knew Bigsby's a good runner. We knew Bigsby was a good running back, right? And if they were going to use him at return, it is what it is. But that role was not working for him, and he's too good to just get, to look poor in the return game. And the fact they were like, okay, well, we're not really getting anything from Dillon. We don't even really use Dillon anyway. Let's try and get Bigsby in there. Kind of even out. I wouldn't say even out the carries, but give Saquon a little bit of break and let Saquon do his thing, but let Bigsby do his thing too. And then Shipley, I thought the way they handled all in totality, the running backs today. We're going to run Barkley for 2 plays, and then we're going to go Bigsby for 2, and just I thought the way they handled that whole situation of getting guys carries, getting guys rest, and just running all over this bad Giants run defense, I thought it was just masterful, bro.
No, I thought it was great, and I have 2 more points left.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the defense really quickly. I didn't notice if Ringo was even playing. I don't think Quinyon got a single ball thrown at him all day. I thought the defensive backs were phenomenal. I mean, you look at some of these sacks, it was Jackson Dart sitting in the pocket for, 8 seconds because the coverage downfield was amazing. I thought, the DBs really put in the work. I don't even know if Jacorian Bennett was playing. I know Adoree Jackson was out, but, you have to give a lot of credit to the defensive backs today. I thought they played phenomenal. And it allowed the pass rushers to get home on Jackson Dart. I just thought, the DBs played phenomenal. So I think you got to give them a lot of credit. And Vic Fangio, obviously, we saw him against the Giants last time. We were getting torched up. So, a lot of credit goes to Vic. That game and the defense.
They obviously made adjustments and did what they had to do. They came in with a great game plan, and I think they threw the ball once Quinyon's way to Slayton or somebody, and that's when the push off happened, and they got called back and whatever the case was. But other than that, man, I just thought the defense played great. When they needed big time stops, they got it, and we saw. In the first game against the Giants, Jackson Dart was running all over them, man. Like he was escaping out of the pocket, running all over him, picking up huge gains. Then his defense homed in and just attacked him and took him down multiple times. Jalix Hunt, I don't want the performance out of Jalix Hunt today to go unnoticed. Jalix Hunt was great, man. Jomo got a little bit in there. Jalen Carter I think they said that was his first sack all year. Jordan Davis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jordan Davis had a big sack in there. So
he had career highs in sacks today.
Yeah, again, we've talked about all year that the defensive line has to be better, get more pressure on the quarterback. And I mean, we've seen flashes of it, but it just hasn't been good. Then today, I mean, they did exactly what they had to do, and they killed Dart. Like, they killed him.
For sure. You think about it, it's everyone on the defensive line who starts, from Ojomo to Davis to Carter to Uche to Jalen Hunt. I mean, all 5 of them got a sack today, so a lot of respect. And just to my last point here, talking about A.J. Brown, I know the trade rumors are going to be going crazy this week into the bye and everything like that. I think, I don't think we should trade A.J. First of all, the money doesn't make sense to move off of him. Secondly, I don't think the capital that we're going to get back for A.J. Brown will measure up to how good he is. I think a lot of people forget last week he just had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, yes, I love that Devontae Smith is breaking out. He's playing phenomenal. And yes, Jahan Dotson had a nice catch today, but I think Eagles fans really have to think about how great AJ is. It might have been easier for the offense to not target AJ today because it felt a lot smoother, but AJ still is a phenomenal player. He's a 3-time All-Pro with the Eagles for a reason, and he's probably one of the best Eagles receivers of all time. So I don't think we should trade AJ. I think he's phenomenal. But shout out to Devontae Smith. He stepped up in a really big way today.
No, I agree with you. And I think AJ's a great player, of course. And Vince, thank you for the phone call. I think AJ's a great player by all means. Like if they were to not trade him, like if he's not going anywhere, fine, great, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But if they're going to trade him, I feel the same way. Fine, whatever. It's just, it gets to a point where like I get AJ's a great player, and I look at it and I say, how much longer can we go with this cancer, right? This cancer and this selfishness and just like this needing to be in control. And I've said this when I started the show, like look at how this offense looked and played, and the smoothness and the consistency and the rhythm without having to spoon feed the football to AJ Brown. Like I just thought, like, if you're going to trade AJ, you're going to do it. If you're not going to trade AJ, you're not going to do it. I feel the same way about both. I don't care. Whatever they want to do, they can do. But I trust the fact that if this run game gets going and you have Devontae and you're going to use Dallas the right way, and you're going to use Jahan Dotson the right way, right? Like you're going to be able to win games and big time games without AJ. But I just look at it and I say, well, they looked great today without AJ, and I don't know how much longer they can go without with this cancer in the locker room. And how do the teammates feel about it? You know what I mean? How do his teammates feel about AJ Brown? I don't know. It just, again, like the team's probably all sorts of fired up right now because they won and the run game looked great, right? And that's fine. But how does AJ Brown feel? Because deep down, I really believe AJ Brown wants out, and AJ Brown wants to be the and you look at this Eagles team, and there's so many on this football. Like there's a lot of mouths to feed. Barkley, Bigsby, Devontae, Dallas, right? There's a lot of mouths to feed, and you also got AJ, and then you're trying to spoon feed the ball to AJ. Like AJ wants to go somewhere where he's going to get the ball all the time, and that's whatever, right? So if you trade him, you trade him. If you don't trade him, so be it. But I think you really have to look at all possible outcomes and look at the fact that maybe trading AJ Brown is not a bad idea. Maybe it's not a bad idea. I don't know. Let's go to my buddy Herb in the Northeast. What's up, Herb?
Hey, my brother. They finally put that 38 points up I've been looking for.
I know. Offense finally humming on all cylinders, man. Run game, pass game, offensive line, all facets of the game they won today.
As soon as I saw Barkley run that first one,
I said,
all the way, I knew it was going to be a big day for the Eagles. Yes, sir.
Yeah, when I saw that second play of the game, 65-yard touchdown, I said, oh, here we go. Barkley's back. Run game's back. That's what I said.
Yeah,
and he goes 150 yards, and then not only does he go all over the field, Bigsby's all over the field for 104 rushing yards. And Chip had a pretty nice day.
Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, they all look good.
Yeah, I
They
just
don't look
I'm
good.
I am proud about this team though. I mean, like
Yeah,
and I get it. The Giants aren't that great, and they definitely don't have a good run defense.
right.
But you have to look at
Hmm.
it and say, well, all year we've seen flashes of certain parts of the team looking great, and for the first
Yeah,
time all year, they just they dominated in every way. The run game finally showed up. The passing game, the defensive line, the
right.
offensive line, like Dallas Goedert, 2 touchdowns, right? Like
Yeah,
you just have to look at that, and I kind of say that it's a statement win because people had doubts, right? Like if you came in this game and you only beat the Giants because of Jalen Hurts throwing the football, people are still going to have doubts about this team. I mean, it's just what it was.
yeah.
And you came in, and I just say it's a statement win.
And the Kobe Dean, that one play down, I thought he should have turned around and he could have intercepted that ball.
Yeah.
You know, the one that the guy caught, low at the near his feet. You know what I mean, or
Well,
whatever. But
well, the one play they
know,
missed that call on the Kobe Dean. They missed that where he got I forget what happened, but they ran it in they got the touchdown or whatever, and the Kobe
right.
got rocked. So I forget what happened, but I remember that saying that there should have been a flag on that play.
Hmm. Yeah, there was a few that we got lucky on a few calls ourselves.
Yeah, I
Could have
mean,
went either way with the referees. They didn't look to the referees. I don't know how they were. They were good. They were bad. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Certain things, but
No, the
anyway.
referees to
Now I
me
want
weren't
to
that
talk
good.
about this eight. What do you know about this eight? What do you know about AJ Brown? Okay, he definitely got some kind of injury, or what?
I don't know. I mean, to me, when they said when he didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, and then they said, "Oh, well, he's got a hamstring injury," everybody's watching back the tape on that Minnesota game, and
Right,
you're like, "Well, when the hell did he get hurt? When did you see him holding his
right.
hamstring? When did you see him limping?
Mm,
When did you see any of this? Especially when he had that big play late in the game in that Vikings game, right? You were like, there's no chance in hell he got hurt." So and then
right.
so then you're saying, well, since he didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, there's really no chance he plays in Sunday's game. And then you got people on WIP and radio stations saying, oh, well, maybe the Eagles are really trading AJ. Maybe this is their way of saying,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I was wondering.
yeah, I mean,
I was wondering that myself, but I mean, he once you don't practice on Friday, usually you definitely, they said he was getting some kind of treatment or working with the trainers or whatever. But the thing is, I got a good trade. Okay, my
Yep.
buddy Ted, right where I'm at right now, we're proposing AJ Brown going to the Atlanta Falcons. Will take Kyle Pitts in the second round pick. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, I don't know why we would take Kyle Pitts anyway. I mean, I would take a pick, fine, but I don't know where we would even fit Kyle Pitts in. Kyle Pitts hasn't
Well,
really
he's a
been
Philly.
good. And
He's a Philly guy. He's 6'6". He's a Philly guy. Put him in the slot.
no,
You know what I mean?
he's a tight end,
yeah.
and we have Dallas Goedert, who, in my opinion, is top
Right.
5, top 3 tight end in the league, and
Right.
Alcantara when he plays and he gets going, he's great. And Kyle Pitts when the
Right.
Vikings, I mean, he was a top pick, and everybody hyped this guy up. I even thought the Eagles were going to pick him in that one year when the
Yeah.
21 or 20, whatever
Yeah.
it was,
Right.
and
Right.
and he's turned out, in my opinion, to just be a flat out bust. He has not been good. So I just I don't know why we would trade AJ Brown, who's a huge asset to this team, even though he's a cancer, right? He's a huge asset to the team,
Right.
and trade him for a
Right.
tight end that, I mean, maybe is slightly better than Alcantara, but really is the same level of Alcantara. I just wouldn't. I would trade him
Well,
somewhere.
they've been using him. I think they've been using Pitts. I don't know if they use him as they might use him as both a tight end and wide receiver because they put him in the slot. They put him,
He runs a 4.42. He's faster. He's faster than AJ Brown, and he's bigger and stronger.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I look at this team and I just don't see where he fits in. I mean, if you're going to trade AJ,
Where's AJ Brown fit in?
Well, A.J. Brown fits in because he's one of the best wide receivers in the league, whether he's a cancer or not. A.J. Brown's one of the best receivers in the league. And if you're going to use Kyle Pitts at the tight end position, you already have Dallas Goedert, who in my opinion is top 3, top 5 in the league.
You
Captain
can't
Harris,
use him as a tight end in our offense. I agree with you 100% that A.J. Brown is a top 5 receiver. But in our offense, with our quarterback and his personality, and he knows that our number 2 is actually number 1, it's not going to work. He doesn't want to be here. So you put Pitts in the slot, and then you have Smith out there, and then you have a legitimate tight end in Goddard, and then you have obviously Dotson and that. It could, and I agree with you. He's been a bust, and I said it. But I think it fits our offense.
Well, I mean,
A.J. Brown, you're right. I'm not arguing with you. He is a top 5, not here. And let's not forget, the day we got him in that trade, what we all knew, and Ray Didinger was very, 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 very loud about, this person is not all there. And we're seeing it.
yeah. I mean,
he's.
I get what you're saying.
And I'm not
with
trying
Pitts.
to be disrespectful. I'm just telling you.
No, I know, yeah. I get what you're saying about Pitts, and I mean, I guess you could make an argument for it, but the way that I look at it, I mean, I just not going to trade a top 5 wide receiver for a tight end who was a top pick in the draft that turned out to be a bust. I mean, if you're going to trade AJ, I'd like to actually get some real players.
So let me ask you a question.
Draft picks. I mean, you could just.
What do you think at this point, AJ's career? Okay, we're going on. He's going to go to his 13 possibly. What can anybody get for him? Like there's no leverage. And so, what do you do it now or you wait? Because if you wait to the end of the year, you lose a lot. You're not going to have any leverage right now. You may have a little bit.
I think
somebody needs the Giants. I don't know. I know it's not the NBA where you do a 3-team trade. I get that. But Neighbors is gone. He's down. Somebody needs a number 1. A lot of receivers went down. Like, I don't know the inner sanctum of the NFL as far as 3-team trades like the NBA, but somebody wants this guy, and Howard Roseman. Nobody's going to fleece him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to get what he wants.
He's just if I see AJ Brown going somewhere, he's going to want to go somewhere where he actually wants to go. I mean, I don't even really see a world where the Eagles trade him. I just think they have to work on their problems internally. And I said, it's for you, call Dan Herb. I said, look, I'm in the middle. I mean,
internal.
I could care less, but they got to fix whatever the problem is internally. But wherever I know AJ Brown wants to go to play in New England. So if he wants to go play in New England, you got to send him. But I think you can definitely maybe snag out a first-round pick at best. But you're definitely looking at second-round picks. I mean, A.J. Brown is really, truthfully, a top 5 wide receiver in the league. And to your point,
you're not getting a first-round pick for A.J. Brown because of him as the person, not the player.
Yeah, I mean. Again, so then that makes the case like you're just not going to trade him. You're not going to trade him, but I definitely, if you are going to trade him, I'm not trading him for Kyle Pitts. I'm just not doing it. Herb, thank you for the phone call. I greatly appreciate it. I mean, I get why we're having these AJ Brown trade conversations. I get it. It's going to be a topic all week, all week. All week it's going to be, what are we doing with AJ? Is AJ staying? Is AJ going? Is AJ really hurt? We know that that's going to be the topic of conversation. It is what it is. But I don't know how somebody can look at this and say, oh, well, and he literally admitted it. He admitted it. I said that Kyle Pitts was a top pick in the draft. It's a bust, hasn't been good, and we're going to trade one of our best assets, one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league, for a bust tight end when you already have a top 3, top 5 tight end in the league and a pretty good backup tight end. I just don't see a world where that makes any sense. If you're going to trade AJ Brown, you're going to send him to New England or wherever you're going to get good draft picks from. I'm not saying you know what I mean. I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, I know all week we're going to be having conversations about if he's going to get traded or not. And I don't know if he is. I just don't know if he is. Highlight hitter here. He sent a lot of comments. My boy Highlight hitter here on the YouTube comments. He says, why are we nitpicking plays from the Kobe Dean? He played great, and so did defense. Quit finding ways to complain, Herb, and be happy. Yeah, it was nitpicking that one play by Nakobe Dean. I mean, it is what it is. I would agree with Herb and nitpick with him if we lost the game, but we won by what, 18? Yeah, so I'm just not. Kyle Pitts isn't that good, Herb. We have a Goddard second-round pick. Isn't enough either. He hasn't produced since his rookie year, and I said that. And his buddy, it wasn't Herb. Herb's buddy, I forget what he said his buddy's name was. He was saying that we need a blocker tight end. Why would we strictly get a receiving guy? I mean, I do agree. I mean, we have Goddard, who I believe is good at receiving and good at blocking, and Alcantara, who's really just good at receiving. So I would agree. You have to really look at a blocking tight end. Okay, so this guy just said, where did AJ fit in? Are you kidding me? He scored touchdown in 2 Super Bowls as a top 5 receiver. Why would we trade him for Pitts? I agree with you, highlight hitter. I really do. If AJ's top 5 and Pitts is a bust, why is that a trade? And that's literally what I'm trying to say. And he said, well, he fits into the scheme. Well, why, if he fits into the scheme anyway, I'm not sure why we would even try and make that trade in the first place. A.J. Brown had 120 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Shaking my head. I agree. Look, hitter, I agree with you, pal. I agree with you. I see both sides of the story. And I said this, I don't care if A.J.'s going or not, but A.J. Brown really does mean a lot to this team, but I don't know how much longer this Eagles team can have with this with the cancer. You know what I mean? He's treated so badly by these fans. Yeah. But a lot of times AJ brings that on himself, though. You'll need leverage. You will have leverage, and you might also have a Super Bowl win. Yeah. We wouldn't trade AJ to the Giants. Are you kidding me? The first guy is Neighbors and Giants. Yeah, I don't know. And I know the Giants were looking at Waddle, so I don't know about all that. New England doesn't need him. Go Sixers. No, I mean, go Sixers, man. Sixers get me fired up. Sixers get me fired up, boys. Oh, man. 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in on the conversation. We'll be right back for my closing statements right after this 2-minute commercial break. If you're in South Philly and hungry, you need to check out Steak 'em Up on 11th and Shunk. They've got it all. Breakfast sandwiches, breakfast pizza, hoagies, classic cheesesteaks, fresh pizzas, and more. Everything's made and packed with flavor any time of the day. Stop by for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and see why locals keep coming back for more. Steak 'em Up, where South Philly comes to eat. Looking for a real Italian bite? Cafe Merlino at 6 Shoppers Lane in Turnersville, New Jersey has you covered. Fresh cutlet sandwiches, classic hoagies, and hearty pasta dishes, all made with care and the flavor you crave. Whether it's lunch or dinner or just a quick bite, every meal is packed with fresh ingredients and a bold taste. Stop by Cafe Merlino today and see why they're taking South Jersey and the Philly area by storm. Ride in style with Wagner Luxury Limo out of Swedesboro, New Jersey. Whether it's a ride to the game, an airport run, or a special night out, Wagner Luxury Limo gets you there safely and comfortably. Professional drivers, luxury vehicles, and a service you can count on. Book your ride today and arrive like a VIP. Visit online or call 856-481-8020. When it comes to tree work, Jason Pillar Tree Specialist in Galloway, New Jersey has you covered. From tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, they get the job done quickly, safely, and at a price you can trust. Keep your property looking at its best and protect your home with the pros at Jason Pillar Tree Specialist. Call today for your free estimate at 609-965-8003. That's 609-965-8003.
And make sure you tell them Broad Street Sports sent you.
Welcome back in to the Broad Street Sports Eagles postgame show. Your home for the best Philly sports talk every single day and unfiltered. 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in. This is going to be my final closing statements. And of course, you guys want to get in and give up your final statements after this win. You can, of course, 215-839-8246. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. I keep thinking back to that Herb phone call. I mean, 2 minutes ago, Herb and his buddy call in, and they're just saying, oh, let's trade AJ for Kyle Pitts. And I say, oh, well, AJ Brown's the top 5 receiver in the league, and Kyle Pitts has been a bust. Why would we do that? And then he agrees with me and still says that we should do it. You know, I'm not hating on the guy, but it just that just didn't make sense to me by any stretch, man. So again, the Eagles win today, 38-20 versus the Giants. The run game finally wakes up, man. So Saquon Barkley goes 14 carries, 150 rushing yards. Tank Bigsby, 9 carries, 104 yards. Jalen Hurts, 15 for 20 passing, 179 passing yards with 4 passing touchdowns. So, again, to me, this was a statement win. They won in all facets of the football game. This was the most complete win of the season. Run game, pass game, blocking, defensive line, the defense in general. I think, just the most complete win of the season. They played great. They played out of their mind. I'm proud of these boys, man. I'm proud of these boys. And again, I mean, we saw exactly what happened when we didn't have to spoon feed the ball to AJ. And if AJ is going to be here, that's fine. I got no problem with AJ Brown being here. But AJ has to realize that we cannot sit here and spoon feed him the ball just because he wants it, right? Just because he wants the football doesn't mean that we have to and can spoon feed him the football. We have to run whatever this offense was today, whoever was calling the plays today, because my Alex, the first call of today's show, Alex from Nebraska says, oh, I don't know who's calling the plays. He still doesn't think Petulo's calling the plays. I don't know. It probably is Petulo. Maybe Petulo has finally grown into the role. We'll see with that. But, man, thank you guys all for tuning in to the Broad Street Sports Eagles post-game show. I really greatly appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe and check out my merch in the link in the description box down below. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, send this to people you know. I greatly appreciate it. Man, I'll see you all tomorrow night following hopefully another Sixers win. And hopefully the Sixers will be 3-0 on the season. But again, we're going to be talking all week and for the next really 2 weeks. If A.J. Brown's going to get traded, we'll be breaking this down further this week along with Sixers post-game shows. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you. Harper has been absolutely insane. I'm ready to run through a wall.
We're going to run some block, or maybe some attack.
This team is destined